All right, let's dive in. The whole world of egg freezing can feel like it has its own secret language, right? Especially when you start talking about hormones. So, in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what those hormone tests are telling you and how they create a personalized roadmap just for your fertility journey. Let's get to it.
So this is really the big question, isn't it? These tests are so much more than just numbers on a lab report. Think of them as individual pieces of a puzzle, and when we put them all together, they create this incredibly detailed picture that helps guide you and your doctor through the entire process, literally from start to finish.
Okay, so what are we even trying to do here? Well, in a typical monthly cycle, your body usually matures just one single egg. But with egg freezing, the medications encourage a whole group of eggs to mature all at once. The idea is to maximize the potential of one cycle. And to do that safely and, effectively, we need a way to track all that growth. And that right there is where hormones come into play.
I love this analogy. Think of it like your doctor is the driver and your hormones are the GPS. They provide real-time, up-to-the-minute data. Your doctor then combines this hormone data with ultrasound images, which actually show the number and size of your follicles. Those are the tiny little sacs in your ovaries where the eggs grow. And together, it lets them navigate your cycle with incredible precision. Every journey has to have a starting point. And for egg freezing, that's what we call the fertility forecast. This is basically a series of initial tests that give your doctor a baseline understanding of your ovarian reserve. Think of it as a snapshot of your egg-producing potential before any medications even begin.
First up is AMH, or anti-Müllerian hormone. This hormone is made by the small, resting follicles in your ovaries. Because of that, it's a fantastic predictor of how many eggs are just kind of waiting in the wings, ready to be stimulated. Generally, a higher AMH level means a better response to medication and more eggs retrieved. Best part? It's a simple blood test you can do on any day of your cycle. Super easy.
Now, here's a little curveball. This next piece of the puzzle isn't actually a hormone test at all. The antral follicle count, or AFC, is a pelvic ultrasound that's done in the first few days of your period. The doctor literally physically counts the number of resting follicles they can see, and that number gives a really direct idea of how many eggs you might get that cycle. And finally, for our forecast, we've got FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone. This one comes from your brain, and its job is to basically shout down to the ovaries and say, hey, time to start growing some follicles. Think of it like pressing the gas pedal. Now, if your brain has to yell really loudly, meaning it has to produce a high level of FSH to get the ovaries to listen, that can sometimes mean a lower ovarian reserve. That's why this day 3 blood test adds such a crucial layer to the big picture. Okay. So our forecast is set. We've got our baseline. Now the stimulation medications begin. This kicks off what I like to call the growth spurt phase, where monitoring becomes way more frequent and dynamic. This part is all about tracking your progress in real time. And now we meet estradiol, who is absolutely the star player during stimulation. See, as your follicles grow bigger and bigger in response to the meds, they produce more and more of this key hormone. It's measured at every single monitoring visit, and that rising level tells your doctor everything they need to know. If the meds need a little tweak, how well the follicles are responding, and crucially, when you're getting close to retrieval time. It is the ultimate progress report. And this just shows that brilliant feedback loop in action. It's a really elegant system. You take the medication that causes the follicles to grow. As they grow, they release more estradiol. Your doctor measures that rising estradiol level, and that information allows them to fine-tune your medication dose. It creates this incredibly precise, responsive cycle of care. It's pretty cool. So we've done the forecast, we've tracked the growth spurts, and now we've arrived at the final checkpoint. This whole phase is about getting the timing absolutely 100% perfect for the main event, the egg retrieval. These last few hormone tests give that final green light. This table breaks down that final checkpoint perfectly. First up, they check your progesterone. Its job is to stay low, which confirms the follicles are mature but haven't, jumped the gun and ovulated too early. Next, they monitor LH. That's your body's natural ovulation hormone, so tracking it makes sure the timing of the next step is just right. And sometimes HCG is measured after the trigger shot, which we'll get to in a sec, just to confirm your body got the memo. The trigger shot is that crucial final instruction. It's a very specific hormone injection that tells the eggs, okay, time to complete your last stage of maturation. Checking your hormone levels after this shot confirms that your body has received that signal loud and clear and is preparing the eggs correctly. This sets a super precise, roughly 36-hour countdown to your retrieval procedure. So after all those tests, all those appointments, all those checkpoints, what does it all really add up to? Well, it's not just a series of medical steps. It's your own personalized roadmap. And understanding this map is what empowers you to be an active, informed participant in your own journey.
Let's boil it all down, shall we? You can really group these tests into 3 clear phases. First, you've got the forecast, using AMH, AFC, and FSH to get your starting point. Then you have the progress report, which is all about estradiol navigating the stimulation phase. And finally, you get the green light from progesterone LH and HCG to make sure the timing for retrieval is perfect. Knowing this process isn't just power, it's having a sense of control. At the end of the day, each one of these hormones, every single test, contributes a sentence to a very personal story. The story of your fertility, right here, right now. And the amazing thing is, the technology we have lets us read that story with more clarity than ever before. So the only question left is, are you ready to listen?